Okay, good evening. This is a bit of a technical demo I'm doing for something I will be doing elsewise with some other ones, but I thought I may as well show it, do it properly, and then you can see it and see if you like it and see what I'm doing. And you never know, I might continue. But what I thought I'd do is, just to prove everything works, I'm going to be going run through with some Conquistadors the first of the adventures, and I might do a short mission campaign or whatever many missions there are of those. So I basically randomly determined from the various different Conquistadors you can get, because obviously there's the, I should say I have the full Wave 1, I don't have any Wave 2 or so on of Brimstone adventures yet, so that means I got the full basic Conquistadors, plus the Cursed Eternals, plus the 2 Aztecs, randomly rolled them all that, because the Aztecs, whilst they're not Conquistadors, they're at least badged on their cards the same. Yeah, and I randomly rolled, and what have I got? Well, I got an El Capitan, a male variant. So there you go, there is our El Capitan, who is Antonio for this. We have a male male explorer, who is Javier. And we have a female soldier, who will be Christina. So we've got Antonio, Javier and Christina doing our initial Lost Contact mission. I'm not going to do the Explorer introductory mission because I know pretty much how to play the game. So I'll jump straight in with Lost Contact. Obviously setup wise, a few things to do. So everyone gets a grit and an ambition each. Lucky them. They also get a sideback token. I've given Antonio some rum. Javier's got some bandages and Christina has a bomb. So a couple more things we need to do before we rock on. So each of them has a choice of 2 abilities. I'm just going to put out there. There's the El Capitans, there's the Explorers, and there is. So I'll just randomly roll between them. So odds or evens, it is. So yeah, I guess odds. This one evens that one. I don't know any of these. I'm doing all this blind. So odds that one evens that one. Evens. Apparently we are an expedition leader. Okay, cool. So. Well, we had 1 extra Conquistador team ability. I haven't done that yet. We're going to do that. And then once per turn, you may allow another hero on your map tile to re-roll a single defense or hit roll. If it's successful, gain 10 XP. Okay, so Antonio, there is our expedition leader. Same again, odds. So yeah, so our explorer, Javier, is a Darkstone hunter. Okay. Whenever you gain Darkstone from a loot or scavenger card, recover an ambition. Okay, so that's pretty good to get your ambition back. Once per turn, you may use 2 Darkstone to cancel a Darkness card and reduce it all 4 more. Seems fine. The first 8 Darkstone cards you counts as hidden. Oh, okay. Cool. So we get that away. And then Christina's odds on that one. It is. Hopefully you can see those dice I'm rolling in there. I just realised I'm doing white on white, but they are black, I suppose. So Christina is a veteran. So you have 2 extra sanity, and once per turn you may re-roll one of your hit rolls. Cool. Okay, so that's those things out. Right, so we then dish out their starting items. The Capitan starts with Conquistador armour, Spanish sword, and an ornate helm. Okay, let's have a look at those. So, Conquistador armour, there we go, that's what we're getting. So, armour 5 or more, fairly vanilla. What does the sword do? The sword says your melee critical hits are +1 damage, so okay, crits do a little bit more. And the helm, once per adventure, recover +1 max ambition, and you can recover 1. Okay, whereas if you move on to Javier, who has Explorer's Armour, the Morian Helm, and a Spanish Sword again. So the sword does the same thing, +1. Just put those over there, +1 critical hits. Morian Helm is once per turn you may re-roll a single die on a skill test or armour roll. Okay, seems to make sense. And we're looking for Explorer's Armour, which is specific to them. So armour 6+, but they do get +1 health, +1 sanity. It's not quite as good at preventing damage, but you do have a little bit extra buffer. Okay, finally the soldier. So Conquistador armour once again, so 5 or more armour check. Morian helm. So again, reroll a single skill test or armour roll. And a crossbow, so they've actually got some range to start with, which is nice. which is a single shot, range 8, d8 to hit, +1 damage at half range or less, and ignores armour. Okay, right, so that's the starting items done. Okay, hopefully you'll be seeing those. We then shuffle up some personal items. There you go, there's what the personal item deck looks like for Conquistadors. So, what does Antonio have? He has a Desert Rose. Whenever you roll a 1 from it, you recover both a grit and an ambition instead of choosing. Oh, that's nice. Javier gets a Spanish Cross, +2 health. When you roll for injury or madness, roll an extra dice and discard the lowest. Okay. And Christina gets Fountain Wall. Hang on. I knew that was something wrong. Should have separated that out. Instead, you get almost the same. Sailor's Cask. So +2 sanity. Once per adventure at the start of a turn, you may choose one hero to immediately recover from being KO'd. You roll for normal, but if you use one of them, you'll get 20 XP. Okay, so they can pick people up if they fall over, and they are slightly more sane themselves. Should not have shuffled Fountain, should have... I suppose you do, because there's no saying. I suppose there is, so yeah, so should have kept that separate. Right, anyway, done. That's that set of randomisations. All done. Next set of randomisations is Conquistador team abilities. There you go. So you normally get 1 per Conquistador because you each have to draw 1. We get an extra 1 because of Antonio. So we're going to get that one, that one, that one, and that one. I will now take them away and read them. So Spoils of War. We just play at the end of a fight. Each hero may roll a d6 and roll a 5 or 6. Hero may draw an extra loot card. Limit once per fight. All these are only 1 use anyway. I guess maybe you can have more than 1. Maybe. Anyway. But, sure. I guess you just blow that on the first fight and be done with it. Navigation. Play at any time on a Conquistador hero. That hero may spend 1 ambition to cancel Darkness or Growing Dread, or redraw an exploration token just revealed. Gain 25 XP. Okay, yeah, it's worth mentioning, by the way, I'm using just the Adventures exploration tokens, just those 8. So, yeah, new worlds to explore, play any time, re-roll a Hold Back with Darkness roll, or, until the end of the turn, every Conquistador hero in an other world gains +1 combat or +1 shot with a ranged weapon for every ambition token they currently have. Okay. Okay, right, gotcha. Yep. And then finally, Soldier's Gambit, play any time, add a Growing Dread card to the stack, and every hero may recover a grit or ambition and heal d6 wounds. Ooh, that's a bit of a last resort, but yeah, okay. Right, I think we're there. I think that is everything done and ready to set up. We can see here, so we've got a depth track out over there, starting tile over there, done our Conquistadors, done all their random stuff, good to go. So yeah, the first mission is Lost Contact, and it says, so, campaign only introduction, so we'll do that. All communications with the Spanish settlements and forts of Santorito Island have gone silent, and the flow of goods and gold from the island have ceased. The last letter from the governor of the island includes more samples of the mysterious black rock they discovered, but painted a dark picture of the men descending into madness and despair. There are even hints of a violent race of snakemen that were raiding the Spanish holdings on the island, as well as a mysterious ancient gate they unearthed with a shimmering pool that led to another world. Your expedition has been dispatched to re-establish contact with the island and investigate this new threat, as well as the potential spoils of a new world to explore. Making camp on the beaches of Santorito, you see the ominous silhouette of the eastern Fort Domingo. On the cliffside, okay. Overlooking the bay. The Spanish flag still flutters in the ocean breeze over the fort, but there are no signs of life on its rampant walls. With a small party, you set out in the morning through the dense jungle to investigate the fort on the hill. Set up using the standard setup, all heroes start the enters trial as normal. Goal, we are looking for survivors or whatever evil may have occurred. And apparently we have no gates, because of the campaign on special rules. So gates are just doors. Every time I find a clue, something's going to happen. I need to find 3 or 4. Oh, it depends really. Claiming the second clue. Oh, after claiming the second clue, we can press on, or we can just call it quits. I will probably call it quits in a second, just because there's a quick tech demo. I don't particularly need to go full on. Right, that's our setup. We're good to go. Hopefully we all know what we're doing. Shall we crack on with it then? So first, I should say who's got the lantern. Well, obviously the captain has, hasn't he? So, hold back the darkness from El Capitan. 2 dice. That's an okay start, yep. So we do hold back the darkness. We then go from initiative orders. First on the initiative is the Explorer. So we roll to see how far they move. They get to move a 3. They don't have any additional movement abilities. So the Explorer will just simply move 3 forwards. 1, 2, 3. To there. And then we'll try for a scavenge. So 3 dice. Come here. There we go. 3 dice. No successful scavenge there. Okay. Okay, so I think that was them done. So next it's going to be the Antonio. So how far does Antonio move? 6. Good for Antonio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets to the door. Okay, so we're going to look through that door. So we've got the map deck over here for Spanish Fort. It's quite a thin deck compared to some of the other ones we've got by now, but it is nonetheless one. And we flip open and there we go. It's straight into a T-junction. Alright, fine. So we roll to see which way around that T-junction is. 6, so we're coming in, so it's going to be orientated like that. Okay, so let's get out of T-junction. Spanish Fort corridor, T-junction, like that. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I'll get the gates painted up and then we can use those, but in the meantime I'll move this obviously a bit further that way, because we're all going through there. So there you go, that was our T-junction. Antonio's going to get some XP for that, because you get XP for looking through a door. How much is XP? I've forgotten that. Oh, it gets 5. Looking through a door, 5 XP. Okay, so I'm using the XP counters that you get from, I can't remember if it's Cinder or Derelict Ship, but yeah, we're going to put a 5 on Antonio. Cool, so that was him. Technically, do we move that? No, we don't move that because it's a corridor. So, no, I think we do move the corridor, it's just... we wouldn't move it for the darkness. Let's not. Maybe you're wrong on that, but let's not. Right, so... and then finally, Christine gets a 5. So it comes up just behind her captain. And may as well scavenge, seeing as Javier did not. And does not. Okay. I think that's it, that's the first time done. Pretty vanilla, at least we got the Explorer off by getting a 6. So roll round to the next, hold back the darkness for a turn with Antonio, who does not, so we can move that on 1 space. I'm not going to bother using the once per game Conquistador ability. That seems poor. Okay, right, so that's moved on. We then have the movement for Javier. Gets a 4. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gets to those stairs there. Hopefully you can see all this well enough on the camera. Okay, and I guess he looks in there. He looks in the corridor and gets nothing. Okay. Not very much luck on the scavengers, but never mind. So the Capitan gets a 3. 2. May as well come towards me. So 3. Try for a scavenge again. Yes, successful scavenge. So again, using the adventure scavengers, flip it. Bam, there we go. There's nothing there. So the area appears to have nothing of value. But it is at least 10 XP. So we'll put another 10 of the green kind on Antonio. And that room's now scavenged once. Just going to quickly double check because I think it changed since the very first games. How many times you can scavenge a room? Scavenging 3 to 4 heroes twice. Indeed, you can scavenge each room twice. Okay, so that was Antonio. Sorry, no, that was that was Antonio. So Christina, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go. Christina can go to the door. Soldier at the front finally. Look through the door. We'll get 5 XP for that. And Christina will find the fort vault. So let's find the fort vault. It's a big T-junction-y one. Okay, that looks like it. Yeah, that's the fort vault. And that comes with the gold fever. So we'll take that one out, ready to go. Yeah, for those who aren't seeing my space organisation, I do keep the encounters with the maps in a sort of bind file, in a concertina file, so they can get that. So that's good to go. We know Gold Fever is going to be our first one. We then put an exploration token on it, and they found a vault first. Isn't that nice? Okay, last to go. Oh, that was Katrina, so last to go. So, going to reach the end of the turn. Nothing else really to do. So we flip the exploration token. It's a clue, and it's an attack. Okay. So we have to do something for a clue. Do we do it before or after the fight? Whenever a clue is found, in addition to any other elements of the exploration token, the heroes will discard some evidence spot. Roll d6 on the chart to see what the heroes have found. So we roll d6. We found a 6. We found a survivor. Barely alive and half mad. The heroes have found a survivor. Note this in the campaign log. Each hero draws 2 loot. Well, I assume you do it now. There's no reason to not to. So, sure, let's give them all 2 loot straight away. That's a good start for them all. Okay, got to remember obviously that Javier gets better loot off Darkstone. So, El Capitan first. Here's 2. Okay, El Capitan's going to have some jewels, so a peril dice times 50. So that's a 5, so it's 250. Again, using the tokens that come from, I guess either Derelict Ship or Cinder. I can't remember which ones are which, but it's something like that. Yeah, the ones that look like that for your money. That goes on Antonio, and what is a good find. So we need to roll a d6. Got a 6, that was good. Draw an artifact or a gear in a other world. Well, we're not in another world, so we're going to get an artifact from the Spanish Fort artifacts, which is a bit more chunky than it normally is because yeah, we've put the expansion pack that came in Wave 1 into there, and that gives us one of these, which is a book. It's a Tome of Dark Prophecy. +1 law. Once per adventure, cancel a darkness card or a depth event by rolling d6 -3, no grit, and adding that many Growing Dread cards to the track. You may use 1 ambition to ready the... Wow. Not entirely sure why readying matters, because you can still only use it once an adventure. I guess if you are using other of your anvil allowances, and then you rapidly panic and turn it on. Baby. Anyway. So yeah, it's a bit of a risk. I am not sure you ever want to do that. I don't want to gamble. Like 1, 2, or a 50% chance of getting more than 1 or more Growing Dreads just to cancel a darkness or a depth. But you know, the +1 law I suppose is useful. Okay, so we've got a book. Right, so anyway, that was Antonio's loot. Javier's is a good find and an ancient statue, so quickly just get 200 for Javier. And roll to see what he gets. 3. He gets a gear card. Okay, draw a gear card. So what's he going to get? Again, this deck seems a bit bigger than the original. I can't think what's added. But anyway, we'll give it a shuffle. He gets one of those, whatever that is. Flying that on the table. A Mark of the Conqueror. So he needs to use 2 Darkstone to attach to any item, and then whenever he kills an enemy, he gains $10 and an extra 5 experience. So he's got that ready to go to stick in his sword as soon as he's actually got some Darkstone, which hopefully won't be too long for him. And then we need the last 2 for Christina, which is going to be a Darkstone and some golden trinkets. So the golden trinkets are 160 gold. Let's just sort that out. And a Darkstone. And of course everyone gets 40 XP from the... Well, actually no, sometimes they're variable, aren't they? Oh god, I've got to go back and look. Are these all... Yeah, the Darkstone's 30. So everything else appears to be 20. But the Darkstone is 30. So Christina gets 50 XP. Everyone else gets 40. Cool. Done. Well, that was interesting, getting that Survivor. But we also now need to actually put all these loot cards back, ready for the next sort of shuffle, which may be occurring imminently. Okay, ready. And yeah, we need to see what that fight is going to be. So there's 3 of us. So we do have a revive token in case there's a good one. But yeah, there's 3 of us. So we go for the medium threat deck, which I've basically I put only the ones that got that red cross in from the Valley of the Serpent King's Adventure. So basically, as I consider it to be the sort of Spanish Fort of a World deck, really. But yeah, so we'll give it a quick shuffle. And our medium threat is going to be Peril Dice, Lumia Vampires, and Elite. Oh, if there are only 3 of them, they gain an elite ability. Okay, well, let's see how many we get. Might be 3, might be more. It is 3. Okay. So we do have 3 Lumia Vampires. Bear with me whilst I just get my Lumia Vampires out. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 3 Lumia Vampires. I will then need to go and get their energy drink again, just those who don't really see my organisation. Handy little folders that are exactly the size. Leaves in anyway. So looking for L for Lumia Vampires. L. It's near the start. Not sure why I went straight to the back. But yeah, Lumia Vampires. Here we go. There you go, that's your Lumia Vampires. I'll keep them over here for me to read, to make sure I understand what's going on with these Lumia Vampires. Just looking if there's any real special effects where they come into play. I don't think there is. So they fly, they have hex hits, using willpower to save instead of defense. Alright. Vampiric Bite, if you get hit by them on a 6 or more. So they ignore defense or willpower on a 6 or more and do a further d6. If this roll is a 6, they become bitten, so you could be turned into a vampire. And they won't stay dead. When killed, place a black cursed body marker in their space. At the start of each turn during a fight, roll d6 for each black Lumia Vampire and cursed body marker. On a 1 or 2, it rolls that many wounds. A black flips to a red converts to a vampire with 1 or 2 health. Yeah, so they regen, and their things flip round. Not sure where those things are. I popped them out and put them somewhere. I'm pretty sure we can just remember it, to be honest. It's not that hard. Anyway, Looming Vampires, standard pattern. Although interesting, there's this whole room thing. So yeah, I guess we put 2 in there and then 1 outside the room. And there we go, so no cheeky shots in straight away, although they're going to come first on initiative 5 anyway. Oh yes, and what is their elite ability? Thanks to... oh, dang it. So their elite ability is number 4, which is Vampire Hunger on +1 combat, and now uses the D8 for the Vampiric Bite roll. Uh-oh. Okay. Suddenly becomes a lot more easy to become a vampire. Right then. Okay, jolly good. So I think we were good. That was it. That's the end of that turn. Start of the next turn. First thing we do is Antonio holds back the darkness, hopefully. He doesn't. Not so good. It moves on. We've got a darkness. Again, all I've done is I've taken all the darknesses with that sort of red cross. The Spanish fort side. Kept them separate. Oh, we need to do gold fever as well, actually. So I suppose we should do this first before I reveal this. We've slightly done out of order, but it doesn't particularly matter. So, gold coins fill the room, stacked on tables and piled on the floor. Something's not right though. You feel dizzy as you pick up one of the cursed coins. So, this is everybody, spirit 6 or more. If successful, gain 40 XP as you resist the madness. And if failed, you get a load of money to take corruption hits. Then, the hero with the most combined corruption, which I'll read then later. So let's do the first bit first. Let's work our way through from left to right as I've got them. So Antonio, Spirit, he's only got 1 dice. He's probably going to go mad. He is. And then Javier, he's got 2. Not liking his odds either. Oh no, he's managed it. And then Christina has 3. She does not. Is it worth critting any of those, or I'm just going to think? Well, obviously, Javier's is not worth. You know what? I think. Yeah, I think not. I think we just take it. Yeah, I don't think these are worth using grit or ambition on. So right then, so we need to work out how much does Antonio get in terms of cash. So he gets 250 gold, but he takes 3 hits. So 250 gold and then 3 corruption hits. 250 gold. Takes his 3 corruption hits. Only 1 gets through, so that's not pretty good. That's pretty good. Could have been worse. So yeah, he has taken a corruption. Then we're all for Christina. Christina got how much money? Oh, 300 money for Christina. That didn't really go well, but it's 3 hits for her. So likewise, the 1 corruption. So 1 corruption, but 300 money. Okay. Then, the hero with the most combined corruption and mutations that failed and rolled off if tied takes this card as a madness in favour of gold fever. Any time another hero collects gold from a loot or scavenge card, you take 1 corruption hit. Limit once per turn. Discard the card at the end of the adventure as the gold fever subsides. So there's a roll off between Antonio and Christina. Oops, keep nudging that. I need thing to note for future. Keep this firmly, or keep whatever I use. There, right, so odds it is Antonio, evens it is Christina. It is Antonio. So Antonio has that as a madness. Okay. Okay. Gold fever. Lumia Vampire's done. Right, so we do do a turn. We do that failed darkness roll, which is apparently wretched corruption. Each hero immediately takes 2 wounds or 2 sanity damage. Hero choice ignoring defense or willpower for each corruption they point. Early mix. Any hero that has no corruption point instead takes 4 corruption hits. So we'll do Javier first because he has none. So he's going to take 4 corruption hits. Oh, wow. Don't think we'll ambition, but I do think we'll grit that, because that was going to be just straight to mutation. Because obviously the Conquistadors only have 4 before they go. Before they go corrupt. So let's try that again. Better. Takes 1 corruption. So the other 2 need to decide, and I think they're just both going to. Oops, sorry, throwing dice around. We'll find them later. They both take 2 wounds, I think. These people seem to be more robust than they are on health and they are on sanity. I don't see it. It says ignoring. Depends on willpower. I don't see it says ignoring armor. So Antonio's going to take 2, so he needs to roll 2 with 5 or more armor. So he takes 1. And Christina, 2 with 5 or more armor. No, just he takes 2. Okay, okie dokie. So that was the darkness card at the start of the turn. We now progress on to the initiative stuff, which is going to be the Lumia vampires. Handily enough, there's 3 of them. There's 3 of us, so they're going to go for 1 each. Doesn't really matter what order, and they're all going to do that whole can they get behind thing. So they move 7. So let's try and get behind Javier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can't quite, but they can get in front of him to attack him. So that means that this one can get behind Antonio, and this one can get behind Christina. Like that. Okay. So they have got combat 5, hitting on 4 or more. So we'll do 5 onto. We'll start the match. So yeah, we'll do 5 onto Javier first. Okay, so that is basically a normal hit, 2 damage, and then the 6 will ignore his willpower. And I need to roll a d8 to see if he's bitten and on the path to becoming a vampire. He's not. He's fine. So he's just going to take 2 damage straight through. Nothing he can do about that. But it does not ignore armor. So he's got his 6+, 2 sets of 6+ on his armor. No, so he takes 2 damage. And then he takes 2 which he can defend. So he's going to rolls to defend the hit. And 4 or more, he does. So he dodges that. So he's taking 2. Okay, right. We then do the 5 on Antonio. Okay, that's going to be 2 normal hits and 1 of those 6 bites. So we'll do the 6 to see if he gets bitten. No, he doesn't get bitten, but it does do 2 damage. Let's work this out the other way around, actually. Let's do the other 2. Let's see if we can dodge those on 4 or more. Dodge 1 of them. So we're going to take 4 in total, so we've got 4 armor rolls. 1. So he's going to take 3 damage. Because once per turn he can use his battle plan. No, I think we're going to keep that for the actual doing damage to them. I think killing them is slightly more important than keeping yourself alive at this point. So we'll do that, right. And then Christina, who's going to take 5 damage, 5 attack, sorry, 5 attack again. Oh wow, Christina takes a bit of a battering there. So again, 1 goes through as a bite that may turn her, and then 3 normal ones as well. So is she going to get bitten? No. Okay, they've all been pretty lucky so far. That was a 1. So does she defend against the 2 normal strikes? She does not, so that's going to be 6 damage in total. 2, 3, 4, 5. Time to get another dice out of the bag of the right colour. Excuse me. There we go. Small dice. What's this? 6 wounds to do something about. Okay, so that is only 1 saved, but she's got that Morian helm. Once per turn you may reroll a single die on a skill test. Right, sure, I may as well. Let's see if we can save that. No. Okay, so that's 5 damage to Christina. Okay. Right then. That was all their stuff. I think that is them now done. And oh, I forgot they've all got +1 combat, haven't they, from their elite? So just quickly do 1 more combat versus everybody. Quite a few bits to track. So Antonio's is a hit. Does he defend? He does not. Does his armour take any of it? It does, so he takes 1 more. Okay, cool. The hit on Javier misses, and the hit on Christina hits, but is a normal hit. Does she dodge? She does not. How's her armour do? Defends 1, so it's 1 more on Christina. Okay, it's not the end of the world, that. Right, okay, I think that's everything done correctly now. Alright then, so we roll around to the heroes. So we got our Javier first. So you roll for his there's no fear or anything like that. So we roll for his move. He moves 3. I don't really see much point other than stepping forward 1. So I guess we roll to see if he can escape on 4 or more step forward. He can't, so I guess he just stays there. Right, so he's going to attack. He's got a combat of 2. He's using that sword that is all critical hits at +1. And I think that's it. I mean, I actually could have re-rolled one of his Morian helm at one point, but never mind. So yeah, he's got 2 attacks. 1 will hit. Does El Capitan want to do anything about that? No, Capitan can keep it for himself. Don't particularly want to use ambition on that when you've only got 1. So yeah, simple as that. So it's going to do d6 damage to the one in front of him. 2. Their defense is 4. Wow. That achieved not a lot. Okay, well he did his thing. It's then the Antonio. So Antonio does his move. It's a 6. Again, don't think he really wants to go anywhere. I suppose he could try and step out of the way so that Christina can use the bomb. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if he can get out of the way. He can, so he's going to step out of the way slightly. Going to point at the one he's going to attack, which is actually attacking Christina, but he wanted to get out of the way because the bomb's about to go landing. Right, and then he's going to attack them. So again, he's got 2 combat. He's using that sword. Don't think there's anything else that applies at this point. Yeah, so 2 attacks. Wow, he sucks. So I think he's going to... yeah, I think he's going to... Single defense or 2 hit roll. So you could reroll one of his. Because, yeah, Christina's got her own ability to reroll. So yeah, he'll reroll one of his. Still misses. Yeah, rubbish. Yeah, so he's done not a lot. Rolls around to Christina. Does she get to move? Oh, sorry, just get grit back or ambition back. So he's reading there, but no, she doesn't. Okay, so she's going to just chuck that bomb. I think the best place to chuck it is there on that one. So, or So do you have to get a... technically it is a range strike, so she has to try and escape first. So can she escape? Yeah, so she's going to take a step back so that she doesn't have to throw it at the vampire right at her face. So she can lob it over there, ranged attack roll on 4 or more. Yeah, it's a 6. Not that you can crit with a bomb anyway. So yeah, the bomb lands where it was. Off it goes. Detonates. Yeah, and hopefully this is going to be quite spicy, he says. So, D6 wounds, ignoring defense, to all of that lot. Christina may be about to solve the problem. So, I'm going to go with the one that's facing Javier. Does 6, is dead. The one the bomb landed on does 1 damage. Could reroll that with grit or ambition. Yeah, let's use a grit on that, I think. Maybe an ambition. Yeah, let's use an ambition to make sure it actually ends up dead. So the ambition, grit would have killed it. The ambition kills it definitely. And then the third and final one, looking for 4 and more to kill it. That's a 6. So yeah, there you go. Bombs, handy, help useful things. All 3 vampires blown up by a bomb, which is quite the haul really for Christina. They are so there's only 1 hit on it, so that's 15 XP each of those, so that's 45 XP for using her bomb, but she killed an enemy, so she is going to heal, so she's killed 3, so she's going to heal with the 3 wounds that she's had on her, taking her back down to 5. And also gets herself $30. So yeah, 45 experience and $30. Good for her. Okay, that's the end of a fight. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking which order. Yeah, we just use the Conquistador card. I don't see the reason why not. Each hero may roll a d6. On a roll of 5 or 6, that hero gets an extra loot card. So, Antonio, do you get an extra loot card? No, you don't. Javier? Yes, you do. Christina? Yes, you do. Cool. So, Javier and Christina get an extra loot card. Right. Loot cards. Give it a quick shuffle. So Antonio gets a Darkstone shard and some loose coins. So he's going to get 1 Darkstone shard, 50 money, and 50 XP. Cool. Javier gets jewels, an ancient statue, and a good find, which is going to... yeah, so it's going to deliver... oh, I suppose we should roll with a good find. So I was trying to work out how much it does to Antonio, but... so the good find is a gear card. Okay, so he's... pulled out a golden plume. It looks like he's getting all the things. Use a grit to attach to any hat. Once per turn you cover a grit or ambition, heal 1 wound or sanity. Okay, neither of those can be used right now, but he did trigger 2 corruption hits on Antonio. So that's 1 corruption hit that gets through. Right, and then Christina gets the Darkstone shard, a good find, and some golden trinkets. The good find is the gear card, and the golden trinkets are... oop, I need 2. So that's 180. So we've got 180. Money. A Darkstone. gear card, and the gear card is an explorer's map. It's discard to gain 20 XP. You may also cancel and redraw a darkness encounter or map card just drawn, or redraw an exploration token just revealed. Shuffle the unused token back into the stack. Okay, cool. I think also I should probably work out it's what, 60 XP for Javier and 70 XP for Christina. So that's them. Oh yeah, and you get to do that recovery, I believe, at the end of the fight. So just going to check in case the rules on that have changed. Don't think they have. Catch your breath, D3. Yep, D3 of your choice. Yeah. So we'll remove D3 from Antonio. We'll be removing 1, so he removes 1 wound. From Javier we will be removing 3, so he removes all of his. Quite healthy. And Christina removes 2, so she goes down to 3. Okay, that's the end of that fight. Move her up. Those cards. That was the end of that set. That was not too bad. I mean, I don't think Antonio and Javier did much, but Christina solved that problem handily. Right. That was the end of the turn, because that was Christina's. So we go around to the next turn. Is Antonio going to hold back the darkness? No, he's not, and it was a double 2 as well. So it moves on, and we look for the depth event of a double 2. Depth charge 2s. Dark Dread. Things are looking more and more bleak by the moment. Draw a Growing Dread card, add it to the stack. Okay, need to move that aside, get the Growing Dread cards. Give them a shuffle, and they'll put it by the depth track as you're supposed to. There you go, we've got 1 Growing Dread card. Okay, keep that nearby, just in case we need it again. So that was a spectacularly bad Growing Dread. Never mind. That's why depth. But never mind. Moving on. Start with Javier. So let's have a roll for his movement. Sorry, a 2. Great. Oh, he's should have recovered an ambition because of his ability when he got that Darkstone. Did he get Darkstone? No, he didn't. So no, been going mad. Yeah. Anyway, so 2, 1, 2, and there is 1 more scavenge left in that room. So he'll give it a go. Well, there you go. 2 scavengers for him. Maybe he is going to get some Darkstone finally. Guessing. 2 nothings. But yeah, at least he's got 20 XP for the trouble of 2 nothings. Okay, so that was him. We'll then move on to Antonio, who gets 6. Absolutely storming ahead. Just trying to see, so we could 2, 3, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could get to that door, or 1, so 1, 2. We can't get that. Let's go to the door. The way you win this is by going through doors, right? Look, it's pointing for a door. Goes through the door, causes some trouble. What trouble, or at least what room does he find? Oh, it's a corner passage. It's not that troubling. Realistically, I'm only going to be able to deploy that in 1 orientation, so that's the orientation we will stick to. Oh. Here we go, corner. That's only realistically going to go that way, otherwise we're back on ourselves. But he gets 5 XP for looking through that door. Okay. Christina? Oh, there's a dice there, I keep missing. How far are you going to walk, Christina? You're going to walk 3. I guess... Yeah, I guess you follow the boss. So, 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's a corner you can walk around. There's there, and I guess you search that room. Why not? Nothing. Don't find anything. Okay, that's that turn. Next turn. All about darkness. Successful this time. Oh, yeah, we're 1 further down, aren't we? Because we're 1 room in. Right. So, Javier. 2. Javier. Obviously, he's find loads of interesting things to look at and explore. I mean, he does pick up a scavenge. Give him a shuffle. He gets moving shadows. Ooh. Rolling 2. Falling debris, so he takes D6 hits. Takes 2 hits. Does he dodge them? Dodges 1 of them. So he's going to take 1. Is his armour going to help him? It's not. So he takes 1 wound. Okay. So that's him done. Oh, he does get his 10 XP. 10 XP. Cool. That's him done with his stuff. Move on to Antonio. Does Antonio, how far does he move? He moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is enough to get to the end of the corner there. And he'll look through that one. He's absolutely well ahead of everyone else. There can't be no problems with this. And we find a rampart. There we go, a rampart. Yeah, and again, like everybody else, we've got a bit of reconciliation here to do. You never go backwards, so just take those 2 tiles out, push us that way so we can stay on camera. And the rampart, you come in that one. So that is how we are looking at our rampart. Point the right way. Gets an exploration token. We'll look at that in a moment. So, yeah, and then it is Christina to try and catch up. It's a 3. 1, 2, 3. She does have a luxury of being able to scavenge that room. She does get a scavenge. She finds something in the dark. Something in the dark, you see something that cannot be unseen, stumbling back into a light you try to put it out of your mind. Take D6 horror hits. There is in fact 2 horror hits. For 2 sanity damage, I think. Is that our first sanity damage? I think so. 2 sanity damage on Christina. Okay, and 10 XP. Don't forget your XP. And 10 XP. Okay, that's the end of the turn. Don't think there's anything else to do here. No, so we flip that token. Depth event and an encounter, but it's not a clue, so I think we'll chuck the explorer's map at that. So, redraw an exploration just revealed. So it gets shuffled back in, we draw again. Christina gets 25 XP for using her map. Let's see if we can get that second clue. Shuffle these up. We get... No, we don't. We get an encounter times 2. And it's slightly better, I suppose. And we're only going to have 2 doors, so which of those orientations is the one that doesn't have a door? Oops, I rolled it, but you can't see it. That's right there. Number 6. Number 6 does not have a door. Which is the one immediately to the right as you enter. Handy that, because probably not going to be looking to explore that way. So there we go. Cap that off. We're not going through that door. Okay. 2 encounters though. So Spanish fort encounters. Give them a shuffle. And we're getting in the correct order. So we get, it's right there. A beautiful artifact rests on a pedestal beyond an iron-barred gate in the wall. Bathed in light, the priceless piece calls to you, and you cannot look away. As you strain to stretch one arm through the bars, you can almost just reach it. In order of initiative from highest to lowest, each hero may attempt to reach the artifact by rolling 4 dice. For each 6 rolled, place a sanity marker here. For each 1, 2, or 3 rolled, place that many horror hits. Take that many horror hits. If 2 or more 1s were rolled, even re-rolled, also move the darkness marker towards a space on the depth track. As soon as there are 5 or more markers on this card, the hero that placed the last one draws an artifact. Heroes may continue to make this test in initiative order until the artifact is reached, or all heroes have decided to stop. No, that is just not worth it for an artifact. You're gonna in theory have as many moves on the depth track as you are needed to put sanity markers on it. No, they're not that greedy. Right, moving on to the next one. Lust for power. This fortress is a monument to the unbridled and manifest desire for control, riches and power. Now fallen to shadow and death, it is little more than a wretched tomb for those whose ambition and greed lead them down a dark path of ruin. This test requires a number of successes equal or greater than your total number of corruption and mutation. So the total number of corruption is 4. Okay. Everybody makes a spirit 4 or more. Okay. Right, so spirit first for Antonio. Oh, he has 6. So that's 1. And then Javier gets another 2. Wow. So Christina just needs to get 1 on her 3. There we go. So we've done it. Right. So if successful, gain 25 XP, and you may remove D3 corruption. Hang on, but this is everybody does it. 1. So does everybody get 25 XP? I'm sure that's an everybody. Or is it a random? Am I mistaking the symbology? Which wouldn't be the first time I have done that. Let's have a look. Is that a symbology for everybody, or a symbology for just one person? At random. It is all heroes. Yeah. Just thinking about this. Do they... I wonder, I think maybe they each need to get the successes the amount that they have. That makes sense. So in which case, Javier and Christina will pass, so they get rid of their 1 corruption each, because they can't roll less than that, and gain 25 XP each, but it is Antonio who will fail, because there was no way he could roll 2 on 1 dice. Yeah. So he takes 2d6 wounds, or sanity, ignoring defense or willpower, as well as d3 corruption hits. Wow. So he's going to take 11. Wow. I think we take... Nothing saying we can't roll armour, so let's take... let's take 7 wounds and 4 sanity. So we can't do anything about the 4 sanity. I mean, we're probably going to run that now. And 7 wounds. We can do the armour on 7 wounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. So 3. So we'll take 4 wounds to go to 8. Okay. Well. Ouch. And D3, of course, D3 corruption hits to go with that. Of course, why not? 2 corruption hits. How's he going to fail on those? he's going to pass them both. So he doesn't at least doesn't get any more corrupt. But yeah, lust for power. The Capitan has lust for power. Okay, that's the encounters done. Doors done. Everything done for that. So move on to the start of the next turn. Javier is just inside the reach of the lantern. So El Capitan Antonio does hold back the darkness. Javier's then going to try and run to catch up. Yeah, he's going to get a 1. Could get into an ambition and then use that to re-roll that. No, you don't re-roll the move, do you? You add it. So he's going to move 1. I think he's going to have to use that as grit just to get an extra move. So we've got a 1 at the moment. Yeah. Plus another 3, so he gets to go 4. 1, 2. That one you can't cut the corner on. So 3, 4. Yeah, he's still nowhere near. Still, well, he's catching up, I suppose. So he rolls to see. There's one more scavenge on that room. Does he get it? He does not. Roll round to Antonio. How far's Antonio move? He moves 6, but I'm not going to because he's going to put Javier into darkness if he goes any further. So he's just going to stand there, and I guess he'll scavenge the corner, which has not been scavenged yet. No. And then Christina. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting ready to go around there. She can scavenge the rampart room. And does not. So that's that turn. Okay. Don't think there's anything else we need to do for this turn. Start the next turn. How is Antonio going to do on that front? Just thinking, yeah, it's fine. Oh, wow. That's not great. So that's another fail. So it's another darkness, which is the dead don't sleep. For each threat card in all discard piles, 1, move the darkness 1 space forward on the depth track. If this does not move the darkness, instead add a growing dread. So it does move it. It just moves it 1. The 2, of course, is the dark dread. So that is add a growing dread card to the stack. So we now have 2 on the stack. Just looking at the... I suppose I should look at the special rules for this. What's going to happen when we get to 2? And we decide we've had enough. Do we have to fight something? Do we have to remove those dread? Or should I have been revealing these? After saying go. No, it's only when you get to the 3rd and 4th. So yeah, if you bugger out on the 2nd, you don't face the growing dread. Seems optimal. Anyway, yeah, so that wasn't a great holdback for darkness roll. Javier is going to get to move. Gets to move 5, catching up. So 1, 2, right, you can cut the corner there. 3, 4, 5. Hey, he's in that room, which he's now going to scavenge. Gets scavenge. Gets a moving shadows. Cool. So he is going to. What is it? He's going to get a. He's going to get falling debris again. It's unlucky him. Keeps getting debris on his head. Going to take 4 hits. Does he dodge any of them? Doesn't. No, it's not worth using ambition on that. And then his armor takes none of it. So yeah, he gets absolutely clobbered by debris. Okay. So round to Antonio. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Antonio is our clearly our door looker. He's always pointing the way. So he's going to look through that door and see what he gets. what's behind the door. Behind the door is apparently another rampart. So, need to orientate that one appropriately. So you come in there. So you've got your cannon facing that way now. Like that. So yes, of course, that should be there and then there. Right, we're going to have another encounter. He gets his 5 XP. That's him done. So it is Christina. Yeah, Christina. Just making sure that. Yeah, it's Christina. 6. 1, 2. We're only going to move just in front of the captain in case there is a fight. She wants to use that crossbow. Can't scavenge because of the... Well, I think you can actually. I think you can scavenge because even if there is an exploration, you just can't scavenge once there's a fight. So the scavenge there is a scavenge. Come on, get a gear card or something useful for the fight. She's going to get a glint of light. The glint of light is... oh, I should have given Javier's 10 XP. A drawn artifact. Wow, yeah, glint of light is an artifact. So 10 XP for Javier, 10 XP for Christina, and she gets an artifact. Woo. She's got one of those. Orders from the Crown. Discard, gain 25 XP, and let every hero on your map tile recover 1 ambition. So yeah, end of a turn. It's a clue. It's an encounter. It is a portal. Doesn't really matter. Because you don't get gates, so wherever it would have been whatever there or there, but it's a clue. We'll do the encounter, and then we're just going to bugger off. And then we'll finish. So the encounter is... Heavy Soul. Heavy Soul. The very air you breathe in this place feels foul, as though it carries the touch of death inside you with every breath. As you push deeper into the dark, you begin to feel the weight of evil building in your heart. Everybody, spirit 5 or more. If successful, gain 20 XP as you resist this bottomless despair. If failed, take 2 horror hits, blah blah blah. So, El Capitan, Antonio, spirit 5 or more on 1 dice. No. Take 2 horror hits. They do 2 sanity damage each. I think before we do that, we are... Well, I suppose we've got ambition. 2 horror hits that do 2 each. So it's not going to be the end of the world. It can't actually insta. Oh, it could just, I suppose. But that's what we've got grit and ambition for. We know we're not going any further. So yeah, 2 dice. He shrugged 1 off, so he takes 3 horror hits. Which was going to put him on 1, 2. That's going to put him on 7 out of 10. Which is not great, never mind. But he's about to leave, so he doesn't really care. So Javier. Javier has 2 dice. 1 fails, so we'll take 3 as well to put Javier on 3 sanity. And then Christina has 3 dice, so how is she feeling? She's feeling absolutely fine. Laughs it off. And that is it. That was our last encounter, last clue. We would have had to put a door on, but I don't think it matters because we need to roll to see what that clue person was. That clue was a 2. Corrupted bodies. Each hero takes D8 horror hits and gains 2 Darkstone. Well, that's the point at which they decided, nope, nope, nope. So, 2 Darkstone. So that is 2 Darkstone already. Javier doesn't count that because it's not for his ability. Doesn't count. It's coming from loot or scavenge. So there we go. 2 like that. Then D8. So D8 for Antonio. Takes 2 horror hits. He's the one most at risk, but this isn't going to be too bad. He saves them both anyway. Javier takes 1. Which he's fine with. And Christina also takes 1. Which she is not so fine with. Okay. There we go. Right, so end of the day, it's what? 8 wounds on Antonio, 7 sanity. Javier is 5 wounds, 3 sanity, and Christina is 3 wounds, 3 sanity. Cool. So they've all made it through alive. They get to keep the bandages and run. They didn't need to use that. I don't think there's anything else to be worth using right at the end. I think they've all pretty much used their stuff. So yeah, we take our survivors. I mean, look at the body and decide, nope, 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 nope. And leave. So everyone gets 25 XP and 50 gold. And if one or more survivors are found, each hero gains an extra $200. So $250 each. And they basically get to take their one survivor out with them. Done. Okay, so 25 XP each. 25 XP each. And $250. And they leave. And so now we go to camp. And I will do the camp stuff. Because it is part of the game, part of the adventure. I don't like particularly leaving off there. So there we go. We have done that. Although I will now have to probably do a quick scene change on you. Just before I go any further though, we do have to do the end of game thing, which is basically reset. So you get rid of all the wounds and get rid of all the sanity. So I don't know why I did that total. We get rid of all those. You reset to 1 grit to get rid of everything else. We also have to do the Darkstone thing. So are you corrupted by Darkstone? So Antonio, bless him, has 3 actual Darkstone shards and 1 from the book. So he might face a serious corruption here. So he's going to take 3 corruption there, which will be enough. I think he's just going to use that grit straight away to reroll some of that. 2. Oh dear. So he gets a mutation straight off the bat. First adventure, walks away with a mutation. We'll just roll that for him. Okay, the red dice will be the 10s, white will be the units. So 21. Oh, he's got glowing skin. Your skin begins to give off an eerie green glow. The lights at the corridors around you. You are now immune to voices in the dark, but enemies also hit you onto hit rolls of 1. Could be worse. Could be better. Moving on to Javier. Javier doesn't matter because he just hides his. I mean, I suppose Antonio could have given his, but that hardly seems likely given he's under that whole madness of gold fever. So yeah, Christina's got 4, so she needs to make 4 checks. 2, so she goes to 2 corruption because she got rid of the one that she did have. So yeah, she's on 2. Right, and then we do the camp board. So bear with me a moment whilst I scene change all of this away, and we can get on with that camp board. Okay, so here we go. We set it up like this. We're supposed to put our 3 heroes in a corner. There we go. So you can see what they're going to do. At the start of a day, we roll. They've only got the basic 3 unlocked at this point in time. We're going to unlock some more. And yeah, we're going to do some stuff. I'm going to try and keep this very minimal. I don't want to hang around here too much because it's pretty tedious. I guess if you're watching. So yeah, once again, reds are the 10s. 1s are the digits that we get to roll for a camp daily event. We'll work from Christina backwards because obviously we've used already the grit from Antonio. So that's a 54. 54 on the Camp Daily event chart is camp prices down. Resources have been plentiful today, causing the prices in camp to drop. All prices in camp today that require gold cost are minus $50 until a minimum of 25. This does not include basic camp location upgrades. Yeah, okay. So, great. Everything's cheap. Then go and decide what we're going to do for this day. So I'm just thinking about the campfire. You go to the campfire, you basically use it to heal some madness. We don't have any madness. We can get some grit back for this day. We don't think we need that. Tell a war story. Gain some experience. Get rid of injuries. I don't think it particularly matters. Could go at the campfire. You go to the holy altar. We haven't really upgraded. If we go there, we could get rid of some corruption points. Realistically, the only person with corruption is Christina. Paying 50 to get rid of it probably seems like a good idea, actually, to be honest. She doesn't have the keyword holy, so she can't do it for cheap. Mind you, it does cost only 25, so it does seem to be the day to do it. You will get some auras as well. I don't particularly want to have any footmen at this point. Don't particularly want to do any of the betting either. I suppose maybe one footman. So let's send Christina to the campfire to do her stuff. Let's do her stuff first. So she's going to confess her sins. You can add a coin to the heavy chest that resides at the base of the altar as penance for your dark impulses, asking forgiveness for the impurities of your sin. So she has to pay $25. Let's see how many she's got. She's going to tot up. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 700 from the 100, 800, 900. She's got over like $900, so this is like a lot of money actually compared to some games. So yeah, we'll pay her $25, gets rid of one of those 2 corruptions. Can't do it again until another day. And I guess, yeah, why not? Let's spend $150 of that to also have a footman to throw at some random stuff. So she's got a Conquistador footman ally. That's her done for this day. Don't think anybody else needs to go to the campfire. Thinking about the expedition supplies. So getting back some of that stuff might be useful. I'm just having a look. Yeah, you can basically buy the basic side bag tokens. Again, they're cheap. Getting a bomb back might be a good idea. You know, bandages are always good. Polish. You can do like polishing armor, and then you can buy some gear. I'm not going to bother about the gear. Don't particularly care about polishing armor. Don't particularly want to trade with the locals. Sod the locals. Yeah, seems too random. So yeah, let's send. I think El Capitan has slightly more money, not as much money as Christina, who had like a load. But yeah, so El Capitan can go to the expedition supplies, like that. He's going to buy a bomb for 150, because they are cheap. And a bandage for 25. Again, they've come down in price, so spends 125 on a bandage. Could stand watch. No, it's risky. I'm not going to. I'm risk averse when I'm doing something just for the speed of it. So I think that's just going to be him done. I mean, in fairness, he probably should have gone for the ship's doctor on the anchored ship. We'll probably do that next. Just thinking about what Javier wants to do. Yeah, we could go fire the cannons. Always sounds fun. Fire the cannons. No, I think he's going to just save his cash. But he's going to, I think he is also going to head, he's going to head to the expedition supplies and buy some bandages. because it would shame not to, seeing as they are currently quite cheap. So why not buy 2 of them for $50? So he's got all the bandages in the world. And I think that grit, because that's probably going to be it for this day. I don't see any reason to hang around. I mean, I've got probably enough money to do an upgrade, but I'm not in a hurry. So yeah, I think he's going to spend that 1 grit he's got to attach the golden plume to his Morian helmet. So his helmet now means that if he recovers grit or ambition, he can heal a wound and a sanity. Nice hat. That's it. I mean, what you'd normally do is you'd then, you'd get to the end of the day, you'd roll some dice, none to start with the first few days, and then possibly get some hazards. But actually, we're just doing 1 day in town, and then, sorry, 1 day, I say in town because that's what the equivalent of. But yeah, 1 day in camp, and then roll on to the next one. That's what we would do. I might do that in future, might not, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully, if this works, we'll be looking at this. I've done my tech demo. Right, off we go.